All right, next is MoonPeaches.
So I'm gonna go with Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that was
He
my
was
next
about to
pick,
crash
bro.
out.
Oh, no way.
Oh man.
All right, well, let us finally get into the meat and potatoes of what we're doing over here.
You know, too much anime.
Why you set that up? Why you set that up random? We need Anthony Ayers to do this for the culture.
Yes, sir.
Mike Conley's out.
Hey, look.
For
I
real?
know some of y'all respect Jokic, but I'm seeing 5 days ago, people were dancing on Jokic's grave, calling him a fraud, saying that what a ticket call him a stat stuffer. The man just does his job. And the culture was dancing on his grave. Now all of a sudden he's doing his job effectively, and people got a problem with it again.
Oh, and
It's
real quick, I know we'll probably dive into more next week, and I'm not gonna judge a player off their first game or his or her first game, but 5 for 15 and 10 turnovers. Yeah,
she's a rookie in her first game. Y'all want her to
10,
score 30
10
off
turnovers in any game is still crazy.
It's her first professional
Lonnie,
game.
you're hating.
It's her first
Hold on,
professional
hold on.
game.
Is him saying 10
It's
turnovers?
not that no,
That's
because
not crazy.
I still think that she'll win
that is
Rookie
a
of the Year. I
lie.
still think that she'll have a great season.
What if she was nervous?
Well, why do you bring that up? Because Victor Wembanyama's
Because
game wasn't good either.
people were assuming that she's just going to dominate the league off.
Hold on a
People
second,
said
hold on
that
a
about
second.
That's hate. I agree, Santo. That's hate. That's all I'm saying. Why you bring that up?
There's a difference.
The fact that she had like the third highest MVP odds and all this other stuff is like, yo, people need to stop their breaks. It's a process.
Yeah, I say there's a difference.
So people were glazing what people always do with sports.
Yes,
I do think there's a difference between Wemby and Caitlin because people thought that Caitlin would be the best player in the WNBA her first time she stepped on the court. No one thought about Wemby. No one thought he was going to be great.
People were capping.
Wemby had odds for MVP.
But also, there's nothing wrong with
people
saying
thought
that
Wemby was going to make the Spurs a playoff team, bro.
But no one thought he'd be the best player in the league. But all I'm saying is
they had Wemby as MVP candidate.
But no one thought he'd be the best player in the league, though. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You're watching.
I hear you, but
so there's nothing wrong with saying. There's nothing wrong with Lonnie saying 10 turnovers a lot because it is.
I understand that, but it's her first professional game. What if she was nervous? You clearly saw the defense was selling out on her.
I think that the explanation. That's nothing wrong with that. Explaining why she played bad doesn't mean that she did. Like, sure, you explain why, but he just said she played bad. That's not.
No. There was intention behind bringing
tone and inflection. Tone and inflection. Come on, do that over here. You're a storyteller. Come on.
It's gonna take over the
what was the intention, Lonnie?
She's not gonna do it right away.
Stop cutting me off,
Lonnie. People are saying Caleb Williams is going to the league. He's not gonna do it from year one. He's not going to do it from the first game. He's going to take over eventually.
This is going to be a me and you conversation right now because they're crashing out. So my thing is that, like, I feel like she's going to be a great player. She might win MVP down the line and stuff like that. Not this year, of course. But the thing is, like, people are like, oh, she's going to torch the league from day one. Like I said, she has the third highest MVP odds, stuff like that. And I'm not even saying that she played bad tonight. I'm not even saying that she played bad, but if you actually watched the game, you saw like, oh, people can actually keep up with her. People can actually play defense on her. They're like they're bumping her. They're getting her out of rhythm. Oh, they're actually locking her up. Oh, she's committing more turnovers. 10 turnovers is unprecedented for her. I'm sorry, she's not a high turnover
game.
It's a legitimate step up in level against the best women in the world.
You're not going to torch the league.
Oh, you're listening to the crazy people. You're listening to crazy people who said that she was going to do that when we all know that wasn't going to happen, Lonnie. She's a rookie in her first professional game with people playing defense on her that's playoff level. Hold on, Ty. My only thing I'm saying that by you saying it, like, let's keep it a stack. When people say she's going to dominate the league, all that stuff, Vegas did give her 30 MVP to get the suckers to buy in. Nobody is saying she was going to. If you truly believe that she was going to dominate from day one, you're dumb. You're dumb. You didn't draft Caitlin to win the first 80 whatever games of the first season. You drafted her to be great over a decade. That's what you drafted her for. The same thing with Caleb Williams. You didn't draft Caleb Williams to take her to playoffs immediately. You drafted him so he could be great for a decade. You could win Super Bowls, not win your first game. You're not doing that, though. That's not why you drafted them. So I feel like she's going to get a lot of unnecessary. It's her first, Lonnie. So Lonnie, you're the highly touted F1 driver. It's your first race against the best in the world, and you don't finish first. So we're supposed to just lambast you now?
Go like third. Did I say she needs to drop like 50 her first game or anything like that?
I think, but Lonnie, all y'all are saying it's just one game, but Lonnie agrees. He just talking about her first game.
Yeah, I'm saying like she's not scorching the earth off rip like people were saying. That's all I'm saying. But you're like, oh my god, you're attacking her. No, I'm saying she had.
Adele, I'm with you. I know the intent by why he was saying that. I'm with you.
Hey, her first good game.
Man, we know what it is.
We know what it is.
Lonnie,
the same way he got mad that Caitlyn got a shoe before Asia. When it was the WM, he blamed the same way he got mad about Caitlyn getting a shoe before Asia when he knew the people he should blame, but he was giving Caitlyn Clark some heat for no goddamn reason.
I wasn't giving Caitlyn heat either.
Yes, you were.
All right. Let's reel it back in because we've been out here for a while. Santo, last one.
No. Transition.
All right, bet.
We know what you did, Lonnie. We know
exactly what you did, Lonnie.
At the same time.
You know exactly what you did.
Wishful thinking.
So right now, what we're about to do is an underrated anime draft. We'll have 5 picks per person, and basically you pick on a anime, manga, manhwa, whichever you want to pick on you believe is underrated, and your collection will
manga and manhwa are included.
Yeah, why not?
Jesus Christ.
You just messed up his entire list.
Oh my god. Now I gotta go add some stuff.
Anytime we do this, it's always
anime.
You said
we always include all of them. What do you mean?
Hey, welcome, Jaden. Welcome, my boy.
Oh, what's good, Jaden? Shout out Jaden.
Anime, bro.
But we always do all 3 of them all the time. We always do that.
All right,
we never just do anime.
Go ahead. Stop talking to me. I'm mad at you. Stop talking to me.
Hey man, I can't help you. I need you to look at precedent and then lock in. You feel me? All right.
Oh my god.
So you can pick 5. We're gonna be picking 5 series all together, and then obviously they'll be voted on a poll to see who wins the draft. And if we as a collective think that, hey man, that's not underrated, we can vote on it. Majority rules. But as you can see on top, this is the order after doing some wheel spins on our wheel generator. So Ty, you're up first.
Give me I Hear No Sora at number 1. Only reason I'm grabbing that because I think Santo wanted that. So let me just, get my dog. I Hear No Sora.
It was on the list.
Because I don't think the rest of my picks, I don't think nobody gonna pick. But that one, I had to go and steal that one real quick.
Fair. Explain it, because these are gonna be underrated. I don't think a lot of people are gonna know a lot of
that's
these.
True. That's true. It's a basketball anime, and it touches on this kid named Sora, who's extremely short, but is a absolute sniper and got all the ball handling skills. And he wants to basically win a championship for his mom because his mom used to be professional. Used to be a professional basketball player, and she's sick right now, so he wants to win it before. So she's able to see him win one. That's basically the story about. And also it's about a group of delinquents at his school that don't have, that school doesn't have a basketball team, and he wants to bring basically a group of delinquents together to make a team. And it pretty much puts them all on the right path. They're all going down a bad path, and basically they come together for this one purpose of winning a championship, and basically puts all their lives on the right track. And really gets to touch on their off the court stories, which is very different from a lot of other sports anime. It is actually, I'm not gonna lie, I watched episode 6 with his backstory. His mom, I actually cried. I was like, wow. I was tearing. I was like, dang, this actually hit me. Oh man.
Shout out here.
He starts from JJ Redick and becomes Steph Curry. That's his goal.
Yeah, he's short. He's a short basketball player that can't even really go left, and he has to figure out how to, you know what I'm saying?
He can't go
lock in. He locks in.
That's to me that's to me, like in sports anime, like the realistic factor of it. I think they do it very well. The fact that he can't go left is such
that one game they were playing that like every time he that one game they were playing, Air Ticket pushed the left side of the court, he couldn't score, and we were trying to figure like why is like he messing up. It's like, yo, he don't got a left hand, so he had to like train his left hand. I was like, yo, they really locking in, bro.
Yeah, it has a certain level of realism that I appreciate, not gonna lie. All right, MoonPeaches, you are the second pick.
I'm gonna pick Psychopaths. It's so good. It is so good. It's kind of one that you can't really explain too much. Basically, it's kind of like future Japan. They basically tell that you're a criminal by your psyche levels and everything like that, and you follow this one detective throughout the entire series. But that's basically all I can say without giving away the entire plot line, because a lot of fucked up shit happens in it. It's actually one that I showed Lonnie when we first got together.
In fact, hey, Psychopaths is excellent. It's like Minority Report. If you guys seen that movie, of course, and it goes into the moral dilemma of if you can predict whether or not they're going to do a crime, do you have legal precedent to kind of lock them up before they even do the crime itself? It really dives into that instance, and also the villain, top tier. He's
great,
great
antagonist.
Bro, the art whole episode, the episode where they go into the art sculptures and everything, I still think about that shit.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, my first pick. My first two picks. I'm not gonna reveal both of them, but I better get both of them. I'm gonna be very upset if I don't get both of them. But first pick, I'm gonna go D Gray Man. Man, I still think D Gray Man is one of the most interesting and more complete stories that I've seen in anime and read in manga. It's so unfortunate that this manga is under a weird kind of schedule where every 6 months it gets a chapter for some reason. But I finally think they're kind of in the end stages. It has a story where there's really not a clear good side. It's very morally ambiguous 100%. And the main character, Alan Walker, is kind of in the center of all the different types of conflict. It has great main character, great side characters, great rival with Conda, great female lead with Lena Lee, great power system with Innocence, great villains with the Noah, which is a really good villain group. D Gray Man is absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I needed to finish. That's my first pick.
Wait, Rydell, is your other pick? I'm not gonna say that. Does it start with the S?
No.
Does it start with a B?
It starts with a G. It starts with a G.
No.
Okay, I thought I knew what you was talking.
Okay. I'm glad nobody's on the same wavelength. I'm glad right now. Okay. All right, Santo, your pick.
I am going to go with Future Diary.
You sneaky bastard.
I think she is one of the craziest antagonists in anime. I think that this anime doesn't get talked a lot about. And yeah, I just think it's great, the concept of, trying to be God and what happens when the world's destroyed and you can just go to another one and pretty much off another version of yourself because she's with your boyfriend. Like it's crazy.
Never really got into that one. I don't think I will. Not gonna lie. I'm not trying to see the fake hero.
It's great.
It looks interesting. I just the main character doesn't look like someone I'll be interested in. Not gonna lie. Random.
Mine is High Score Girl. It's one of the first Netflix original anime that I can remember. It's really started right around the time that Netflix.
Is that what it is? Is that what you said?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So it mainly centers around Haru, and it's following Japan in the early, basically late 80s through the 90s, through the video game arcade boom. As this guy's a big arcade guy, right? He's really good at Street Fighter, and then he meets his match with his love interest. Oh no. And then it's ironically, it was the first video I made about on my channel. I just think it's amazing. You get to see you get to focus on a love story over video games, especially arcade games, and you're watching how the arcade boom like really led up to consoles. Like Street Fighter 2 came out, then Mortal Kombat, then Tekken, and this whole way they're telling a love story through this time. And the best part is the love interest never talks. She never utters a word, but it's such a beautiful love story. Is it a little cliche? Yeah, but it's also like you're watching Netflix first foray into anime, and I think they did a really good job. And MoonPeaches on our thing, whether we do it on part 1 or part 2, I'm gonna be pushing this a lot heavy because I think you and Lonnie would really like this show if you guys watch it.
All right, Miles, your turn.
Do I got Snake? I just wanted to ask in advance.
Yeah, it's Snake.
Can we move the things so that we know the exact order or no?
That's
it's our names. Isn't it our names up top?
Oh,
yeah,
it's in the order
yeah,
up
that's
top.
it's on
my bad. I apologize.
My first one we had mentioned it in the chat. Wait, is it me?
Yeah.
Okay, my first one we had mentioned it in the chat. It's gonna be Claymore. Majority female cast. But what I do like is that it's like a complete story. They explain why it's majority female. They explain what happens to the males. And it's basically just a vengeance story. Told from the lens of a girl, which is something that we don't usually get. So basically she's a part of a collection of super soldiers who are tasked with, defeating these monsters on this island. She was a normal human at first, but her caretaker at the time happened to be the strongest claymore of that generation. That's what they're called. They're called claymores. And she gets taken under her wing. And it helps the claymore, they're half monster, half human. But when they get injected with that monster blood, they become very emotionless and very evil. Not evil, but more so emotionless. And what happens is, through the connection with the main protagonist, Claire, they develop a bond, and that character is unfortunately killed. So throughout the story, we follow the path of, the supposed weakest Claymore, avenging, someone who meant a lot to her. And then I got a second pick.
Lonnie's last pick.
Hey,
Claymore is fantastic though. Art, it's up there, man. It reminds me of Berserk. I said toned down Berserk.
It's heavily inspired, I think, by it. Claymore is.
When did Berserk originally come out? Like first
in the late 80s.
Okay.
All right.
When you see what like the direction Miura wanted to go with it first, I don't think Berserk would last to this day. He was wilding with the first kind of drafts before he got to where he was with the Black Swordsman arc. But there's a lot of inspiration, I think, and Claymore does really work that Berserk art style very well. Great choice, Miles.
All right, what's up, Lonnie?
All right, so my first pick is Shaman King.
Okay.
Shaman King. I know probably a bunch of us watched it, like on what is it, the Saturday morning cartoons. But the story is actually really fleshed out. It's about basically every 500 years there's a tournament to who's gonna be the Shaman King, and they get control of the Great Spirit that can reshape the world. And it follows this guy named Yo, and the tournament's coming up. He gets a fiance very early on, and she's helping him train. And they use different spirits of fighters and things, and different creature spirits to fight each other. As a pretty intricate power system. And then of course there's different levels up, and there's angels involved in different types of things. And of course you get to see the powers they use evolve themselves. So he starts off, when he starts using his spirit, you just see it as a little orb around his sword, and then eventually you get to see the armor form, and then he has the full-on thing. And yeah, they just a few years ago they rebooted it on Netflix, and then I just saw the other day that they dropped a sequel for it with his kid called Flowers, and that's so that's another thing too. And it was one of my favorite stories as a kid, and them rebooting it, making it shorter, cutting out a lot of the flashbacks that we had to deal with back in the day, and then making it more concise with better animation, and then also dropping a sequel right after. Yeah, it's up there for me.
I had no idea I had a sequel. Shout out.
Netflix is putting in work. I said that thing in a private chat. They added a ton.
I think I think the sequel just dropped last week.
Mm-hmm. So all of y'all who got Netflix, Overlord's on there now. JJK is on there. JJK Zero is on there.
My Hero, Black Clover.
They added a ton of stuff. They're all in. They're trying to hold off their lead that they have now in anime.
So Netflix is working with Peacock and I believe Disney Plus, I think.
No,
to
Disney
make
Plus
it-
is working with Hulu.
But they own both.
No. So
Disney owns
there's
both.
like, it might not be
That
Disney
is
Plus,
true.
but I forget what it is. But it's definitely Netflix. It's definitely Peacock, and I believe I saw Disney Plus, but I could be wrong. So don't quote me on that. They're working to create a network, a combined network of all the services into one collective, and then they said they're gonna do something about the price. But basically, they're kind of just remaking cable. That's
I'm about to say,
that's
are
what
they
I-
just turning
Yeah.
into cable?
They're
'Cause I'm
just
not sure.
turning
Yes.
into cable, bro. 100%.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works. But yeah, Lonnie, on you.
So my second pick. So I'm trying to bury you niggas. I'm trying to figure out what's the best.
I picked one y'all literally never heard of, so I'm chilling.
and I'm trying to win.
I'm all right.
I'm gonna go with Eureka 7.
Wow.
Okay.
You're not even tapped in like me. That's the crazy part.
Oh yeah, that's a mild pick for sure. He likes you.
But go ahead, gang. That's crazy.
Hey, people talk about
Wow.
Code Geass. People talk about Neon Jellian. Eureka 7 is up there with me. Like, to me, it's up there.
Wow.
I had a feeling Miles might pick it. I had a feeling it might be on Miles'
That's
list.
dirty right there.
Wow.
So I was just like, yo, and Eureka 7, to me, this might be a hot take, Miles, but if the main character was the main for Eureka 7 was the main character in Neon Jellion might be like top 10, top 5.
You think it would be better?
It would be so much better.
Shinji is a hot piece of booty
Neon
butt cheek.
Genesis.
A hot piece of ass.
And
Hot piece of ass, bro. He's
Renton
just
is a
terrible.
dog. He a dog.
If he was the main character in Neon, what we talking like? Yo, that would be peak.
He's one of my most hated characters of all time. I hate Shinji. Like,
Really?
I really hate that.
Not like Shinji at all.
I really hate that kid.
I hate everything about him, bro.
I can't.
I'm on Kendrick timing with Shinji, bro. Yeah, I'm on Kendrick timing.
One of the few characters I hate more than Mineta, for real. Fuck Mineta. Fuck everything about him.
All right. Lana, you got anything else you want to say?
No, I'm good. I just want to steal it.
Yo, you just wanted to, I knew you just wanted to steal it. You grimy.
I'm glad he
all
stole
right.
from you, not me. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right.
He's only doing that because I stole from him earlier this week.
No, I kind of set it up where it's like whoever I was behind or in front of, like I made sure that I was like, this might be one that they pick, this might be one that they pick, just to kind of fuck them up. So
just fuck me, huh?
Yeah. Hey,
hey, yo, no did.
Yo, come on, bro.
I tie too.
My second pick is gonna be it's gonna be Silver Guardian. I believe this is an adaptation of a manhwa. It's an adaptation of a manhwa. It's basically about this avid gamer. Like, he's dirt poor to the point where he's like stealing power from like lampposts. He's doing anything he can to get his fix of the video game. And he has this. Thank you. He has this high school crush or whatever. He's like deeply in love with her, and he winds up becoming friends with her in the game, unbeknownst to him. And what happens is, not only is she her father's the developer of the game, but she also gets kidnapped. And the game is called Gravebusters, and it's predicated on how much like real life money you have. So he's dirt poor, so obviously him being in that game would make him severely weak. No, her father drops like $5 billion into his account and is like, "Yo, basically go save my daughter, go save your crush." And it's just a story about him basically playing through this video game where the only thing that matters is money. So yeah, that's my pick.
Interesting. Never heard of it. Another one. So far, I haven't heard of High Score Girl, and Silver Guardian manhwa. Nice. Okay. Random. You're next.
86.
You motherfucker.
I knew that was gonna be on
Yo,
his
yo,
list.
what's up with y'all
Thank you.
today? Y'all
I love
never
86.
y'all don't talk about no mech anime, and then we
I
come
love
today
That's a fact,
and
actually.
all
I
the
love
mech
to be fair.
anime. That's crazy.
Hold on.
Miles, I have
Miles,
86
Miles.
as like a 9 out of 10, bro.
We can get into
To
it.
be fair,
This is a
86
personal attack.
86 is the second mecha anime I ever watched behind Code Geass, and I thought it was fantastic. 86 basically deals with you got a country that's fighting against an AI robot menace that is constantly attacking it. And they use slaves to kind of hold them off, and you get to meet this group that forms, what do they call the main what's the main character's call sign? His name is Shin, but over the course of its anime, like you're watching the members of these group get kind of picked off, and it's really good. It's really good. But if you're looking for something, watch it. The reason it came out with a lot of fanfare, but it was hit with delays and COVID. So that's why it literally took like a year for the second half of the first season to come out. And I can't wait for it to come back because 86 is good. It's one of the better mecha anime out there. I'm sorry, Miles, but ain't no way I was gonna let 86 be taken by somebody else. It was almost gonna be my first pick, but I was like, you know what? I gotta show some love to High School Girl. So 86 is great.
Honestly, you could have survived with High Score Girl, but the fact that you still got 86, shout out, man, shout out.
Miles, to make it up to you, I'll use the one I was gonna use on Ty next round.
So you're gonna attack my homie to make it up to me?
Exactly.
It's not making
Let's
sense.
get fucked up together.
Miles, I'm sorry, bro.
It's all good, fellas.
We got a few mecha out there. All right, next is Santo.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick this one now because I'm afraid that it's on Rodell's list. I'm gonna go with Ron.
What?
What?
You're lagging.
He
crazy.
lagged.
No,
Bruh.
he's forbidden.
Bradell out here cheating, bro.
He's really cheating.
He's cheating.
Yo, Santa, just fax it to us.
Did it go down?
No, you were
say it
lagging.
again,
You were
say it again.
lagging the
You were
whole time.
lagging.
Rigging the system.
What? Oh, it was lagging.
Yeah,
It's called forbidden deductions.
Forbidden deductions.
Is it?
Okay.
Oh god.
I actually never heard of this, so you would have been
It's
good for
pretty
me.
much a better version of Death Note. It's pretty much a better version of Death Note.
Oh, we clipping that. We clipping that one.
Wow, I'm surprised Lonnie's not flipping the
Better
table right
version of Death Note. That's high. That's high
I haven't
praise
heard of
right
it. I have
there.
to write that down.
Better version of Death Note is
Oh my god!
I praise.
that's a
And if
statement.
it's not Santo, I'm on your ass. I'm on your ass.
You know, that's the only statement we needed. Forbidden deduction, better version of Death Note. That's all we needed. That's a little 3-second clip. It's gonna go crazy. While Santo comes back from technical difficulties, it is my turn, and I am so happy that the series fell to me, and I will argue with all of you that it's still underrated, and that is Katakeo Hitman Reborn.
God damn you! But I expected that.
I low-key thought.
Oh, yeah. Hitman Reborn was that series that if someone took it, I would have been livid. I would have been upset. I was like, no, not Hitman. D Grim and Hitman Reborn are two of my favorite series. Like, they're probably both in my top 10. Hitman Reborn. I think Hitman Reborn had the Vonga family is one of the greatest like anime groups, in my opinion. Like one of the greatest for sure. They're all like fantastic for the most part. Power system's great. Drip is crazy. Art is great. Suna has the best badass switch in anime. Hey man, Hitman Reborn moves me. And I'm so annoyed that they have not animated the last 2 arcs. It's actually really annoying. So Hitman Reborn's my pick.
It's a goddamn tournament arc. We're not going to animate the tournament arc? That's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. And that's where you get to see Reborn go crazy.
Facts.
Reading it was peak.
For sure.
All right, next is MoonPeaches.
So I'm gonna go with Saga of Tanya the Evil.
Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that was
He
my
was
next
about to
pick,
crash
bro.
out.
Oh, no way.
I started watching that shit when it came out in 2017. I fucking loved that shit. I found that shit at Katsucon. They were playing it.
Oh my
That
god.
anime walks so many of like the hit animes today could run. You want to talk about being reincarnated, thrusted into a new world, child soldier. You got all of it. She's literally a 9-year-old child soldier who is like insane.
Don't forget, she's fighting against God.
Yeah.
She's fighting
Yeah.
against God in alternate World War One. It's such a good
With magic.
with magic. It's like it's so
low-key
good.
winning.
It's so good.
It's not even low key. She's winning with like the biggest shit-eating grin on her face the entire time.
She's a menace. By the way, see, they announced season 2 last year with like a teaser, and I'm still waiting for it because they gave
a movie.
They did get a movie. The movie was good. The movie was very good. Talking about they using like the title of Mary Sue, because she technically kills the dad of Mary Sue in the first season, and she comes back with a vengeance with all of God's powers, bro. God is fully
Here's
on her
my
side.
thing. I feel like if this anime came out in today's I feel like they waited a few more years to release it, it would be top tier. But because of when it came out, it wasn't like the rage of what that time of like anime was.
Like the dark themed anime wasn't at its peak yet.
It wasn't.
Also,
it
the
wasn't.
isekai trope, because the isekai boomed after Tanya the Evil.
It
So,
came
yeah,
out in
it was
2017. It came out in 2017. Its biggest rival was season 1 of Rising of the Shield Hero, and that took over when Shield Hero came out. That's tough. It's so good. Animation's great. When they box, it's great. The magic's great. The power system works very well. Got the war. Like, I'm so mad at you, MoonPeaches.
My favorite part.
My next pick.
My favorite part, because it's just so petty, is when like it was like one of the early episodes where she just like announces to that camp. She's like, "Hey, you guys need to evacuate under whatever. Let's bomb these niggas." I'm just like,
well, because they look at her and they're like, it happens so often in the show where she'll go somewhere and she'll like try to give orders or something. They look at her, she's fucking 9 in the show, and they go, "You're a child. Get away from me." And she's like, "Okay, I'll just kill you then."
That's a
to
great
be fair,
pick.
when she's training the soldiers and they're like, "Who the hell is this?" And then she just starts whipping ass because you gotta respect. And she was gonna kill that dude if that guy doesn't stop her. She's gonna kill him. And I'm like,
that is her solution to everything.
That is true.
Remember,
she gets in that scouting mission and then she deliberately gets hurt just so that she can be taken off the front lines.
It's so evil.
So far, a lot of W picks. Ty, what is your second pick?
Third. Underrated. Let me go Kenichi. Say Kenichi.
Respect.
Oh, we're fighting. Oh, we are fighting.
Oh, what about what?
That was gonna be my next pick. So mad at you.
Listen, Kenichi is tough.
It's the one that got me into like fighting animes.
I feel like Inuyasha's underrated.
I don't think it's underrated at all.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Anybody who's watching Adult Swim back in the day, you was watching Inuyasha.
I would agree, just because I feel like Inuyasha is so hated, you could call it underrated.
But it's like one of the classics.
It's such
a Shaman King is a classic. Shaman King's a classic. Claymore's a classic.
But Inuyasha is probably the most loved anime from like a female audience. Like,
female
audience love Inuyasha.
Yeah, I was about to say, if like when I think of like I don't see people cosplaying D. Grayman. I don't see people cosplaying Claymore. I don't like a lot of these ones that are on this list don't get cosplay. I still see Inuyasha cosplays to this day in anime conventions. They're literally having a meetup in Otakon in August for Inuyasha.
It is one of the more loved series by women too, right?
Yeah.
It's like probably number one.
Yeah.
That and Black
like,
Butler.
Honestly, for us,
don't even get me
for
started on Black Butler.
Jesus.
For guys in particular, I would say underrated. But in terms of like the anime whole landscape, I don't think Inuyasha's.
No, you can get so much merch for it at conventions. Like,
let me get Rikido. That's more reliable.
Okay, how do you spell it?
Right.
Okay.
D-U. Oh, you. My bad. Riku. D-O-U. D-O-U. Yeah.
There we go. All right, describe it a little bit because I haven't heard of this one.
It's a boxing manga where this kid named Riku has grown up in an abusive household and he wants to use boxing as a way to improve himself and basically get his life back on track. He grew up in an abusive household. His father passed away and his mother was on drugs. It's really like a come up story about a dude that just ain't have good parents and now he's kind of lost and the only parental figure he had was a boxer. And so now he's got into boxing to kind of find his passion. It's a really good story.
Rikudo was I don't know if I told Ty. I think I might have like said it once. That was like my introduction to Ty because like I was just scrolling on TikTok years ago, and then I saw him do like a breakdown on Rikudo, and I was just like, but for some reason he didn't say what the fucking manga was, so I had to ask him in the comments, and then a few days later he like messaged back, he like commented back. I was like, all right, then I binged it. It's great. I liked it.
Real.
W. All right. MoonPeaches, back to you.
Okay, so I don't know. I'm gonna go with Darker Than Black, but specifically Darker Than Black Gemini.
Don't you just get the whole thing?
Like Gemini. Is that like
it's
season 2?
No, it's the sequel. So
I heard people didn't like the sequel.
I liked the sequel. I thought it was really good. It's actually what got me into watching Darker Than Black. So I watched the sequel and then I went back and watched the original one. I think it's really good if you watch it as its own separate thing. Because yes, you have the main character from Darker Than Black there and everything, but he's more of like assisting the new main character in getting to finding her twin and her partner. So like it's not, it's kind of like how in JoJo, like the previous like seasons person will be there to kind of help guide them on. It's kind of what they did with Darker Than Black, but I think the community just wanted something different.
I did see original Darker Than Black. I actually liked it. I like the main character. I like their abilities and everything and how they utilize him. It was very intelligent. And the main character was definitely a savage. The reason why I didn't see the sequel is because people were telling me that he became kind of a weirdo and he became a worse character in the sequel. So that's why I haven't seen it at all.
He kind of like tells her to get her shit together at one point in a really fucked up way. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not, but if you kind of take the shit that happened to him in Darker Than Black, it makes sense as to where he got to where he's at.
Okay. Might have to peep someday. Okay, shout out. My next pick. Okay, now I got my two favorites, so I'm good there. Now I can kind of go in a lot of different directions. I can really kind of put y'all on. I guess I'm gonna ask this question: would y'all consider Magi underrated?
Personally, no, but like if you wanted to highlight it, I wouldn't mind.
Veto.
No, mainly just because Magi's one of the, in terms of like fantasy, it's like one of the goats.
Veto.
Hater.
Also, the adventure aspect of it. Then Sinbad has his own anime too.
Bro, people talk about Sinbad all the time. Yeah, it's not overrated.
Sinbad is super glazed.
It's not overrated. It's not overrated, buddy.
Fair.
He also has one of the coldest nicknames ever.
You know, that's why I asked. Okay, my pick will be Bungo Stray Dogs.
Okay.
If we're slandering Death Note a little bit, L and Light Done Right, that's in Bungo Stray Dogs, my boy. Daizai and the main villain of Bungo Stray Dogs, talk about a chess match. They go way beyond expectation. Talk about intelligence. Talk about trying to be 10 to 20 to 100 moves ahead of your opponent. It really goes crazy. There's about 4 seasons there. I can't wait for the next season, but it just gets more
a movie
and
or
more.
two, isn't there?
Oh, there is a movie. There is a movie as well. And Bungo Stray Dogs is a series where, again, there's a lot of moral ambiguity to an extent, not as much as Deep Gray Man, but Bungo Stray Dogs has a lot of situations where everybody's kind of doing things for their own purposes. And there's really no true right way to do things. That's why there's a lot of interesting alliances that goes on throughout the series as well. If you like, obviously, powers, it has the powers things, but it has a lot of detective work, of course, solving crimes, solving mysteries, and the character work, the different types of characters and the plot twists is fantastic. Bungo Stray Dogs, great anime. Santo, it is back on you.
My internet tried to hold me down. So I'm gonna go with Tadamachi Game. This is an anime, pretty much. If Squid Games was an anime, this is it. It starts off with high school kids, and the money gets stolen, and they just get transported into this world of games, and you lose. You got wiped out. And there's
one of the
inner workings of who's hosting the games and stuff like that. It leaves you on cliffhangers every episode. I would advise you guys to watch it.
The main character is definitely a Lonnie character. That's all I gotta say. That is a Lonnie character.
Okay, all right. Random.
So I'm deciding between the two, but you know what? I'm gonna go with my gut. Log Horizon.
Okay, solid pick.
You want to talk about SAO done better? It's Log Horizon. Ironically, it just came out at the worst time. It's just timing. So you have a group of people who play a massively online game. They get trapped in the world. But the thing is, every time, and like SAO, every time you die, you come back. But like, was it, Miles? Is it your memory? You lose parts of your memory every time you die?
Yeah, your memory.
Yeah, so you lose parts of your memory, and they've had 4 seasons, and now they've really it's very good. And also, it's not just them. You see his mentor in the Chinese server working her way to the Japanese server. It's so good. It's completely underrated in the East Sky department. Let's see. I'll say this. One of the things I don't like the most is that ninja girl that's always with the main character. Like that's the anime part of the show, and I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, come on. Like,
wait, you don't like her?
No, I like her. It's just like, do we have to go this stereotypically anime? You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'm not describing it the right way, Miles, because I know you're a big fan of the show. Log Horizon's great, and like I said, it's a better SAO with the exact same premise, and they make it work way better. And they don't need to go back to real life, because real life doesn't matter. What's going on in the game is so good. Plus the political aspects of it, especially with the last season where they disbanded the round table because it just couldn't work anymore. And you see how the adventurers are now becoming such a force that the world that they're in, the countries and the city states, whatever, are starting to take notice of them, and they're trying to take advantage of them. But the guys are trying not to do that. It's so good. It's so good.
Also,
I need season 5. I need season 5.
Also, I always appreciate it when a main character uses his mind instead of just being overly OP just to be OP.
Don't get it wrong. He can scrap too, but he don't need to.
No, he can fight, but everything comes from his understanding of the game, not the fact that he has these broken abilities. Miles.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of Lonnie, so I hope he doesn't take either. If I use one, I don't want him to take the other. But I'm gonna go with Lupin. There's a
Okay.
collection of them. If I had to pick one, it'd probably be the blood spray of Goemon. But basically, Lupin is a collection of different stories. It's been going on forever, but it's a collection of different stories about the grandson of Arsène Lupin, who's like a famous thief, and it's his exploits about him and his gang. Getting away with heists. It has a little bit of everything from female charm. It has some action. It has wit. It just has a lot of things that touch on. It can capture different audiences for sure.
They've
I
done a
really
few
fuck
crossovers, right, Miles?
a bunch of crossovers.
They did one with Detective Conan, and that was like, ooh, yeah, because the cat and mouse is so good. Oh my god.
Well, like I said, if I did have to recommend one for anybody to watch, it would be the Blood Spray of Goemon, just because it's more action oriented. And that's basically about basically one of Lupin's band members is called Goemon, and he's like a samurai. And he's tasked with being a bodyguard of a Yakuza member, and they all get slaughtered, so he's honor bound to basically, finish the job and get that get back. And his villain he's encountering is super, super tough. Just like some big burly like basically a lumberjack duking it off with a samurai. I think it's real good.
Nice. All right, Lonnie. Snake.
I said I was gonna go at Tide this time. My first one is gonna be Bakuman. I don't know if anyone's heard of that or watched it. It was actually the first slice of life I ever read. Fun fact: the people that made Death Note made this. So Bakuman is about, because Death Note was made by a writer and artist, and so they decided to make Bakuman. I think it has like 50 episodes, but it's about manga artists themselves. So like you really get to see. I don't know if it's an actual like autobiography of them just in manga form, but you really get to see like their whole journey. So like starting out, getting signed, then you also see like how their work schedule goes, how they deal with relationships while being a manga artist. Then you get to see them getting like manga canceled and how they bounce back from that. And then you get to see sleep deprivation and all like basically everything that you would think a mangaka goes through, you get to see in that. And it's a great story. Like you get to see them fall in love, but you also get to see like the struggles in the relationship. Because if you saw, like, we've all seen like Oda's schedule and like all these other manga schedules, time for relationships is hard. And then when you get kids involved, it gets even more complex. So it's like one of the more, not, I wouldn't say wholesome, but it's more like an in-depth view, and made me appreciate anime and manga more, because like you really get to see like the background world of it. And yeah, I just think that if everyone really wants to see like, oh, why are they taking so long for this or that, check out a few episodes of Bakuman, and you would get some depth from that. And if you know it's from the makers of Death Note, and the art's always amazing.
Oh, I just found it too. Let me go
Man, there's one series I'm surprised you or Miles hasn't said yet. I don't know. But what's your next one?
My next one is Noragami.
Okay. W Noragami.
How was I supposed to do?
I said, thank God.
Oh. No, I love Noragami. It follows like this deity. He's kind of broke. But he meets like this human who like I think she gets hit by a car, if I'm not mistaken. And like so her spirit like goes in and out of her body. And it's just like he's trying to like level himself up as a deity, and like they go on these different adventures. I'm still waiting on a third season. Has one of the best intros. I know a lot of people love it, but I feel like it's criminally underrated.
I tried reading the manga.
I am saving my best pick for last because I doubt anyone's going to pick it.
Fair enough. I tried reading the manga for Noragami. I stopped reading it because I absolutely despise the blonde-haired kid. He's actually
you don't like
annoying, spoiled brat.
I didn't like him at first, but I thought he got better.
He gets worse. He gets worse, bro. In the manga, he gets worse. I'm telling you, he gets worse. It's actually so annoying. I'm so tired of this kid. So that made me drop it for a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Origami though, great anime. All right, Miles, you gonna pick what I think you're gonna pick?
No, I don't think so. We're gonna go with Mushishi.
That was on my list. I wasn't gonna pick it, but it was on my list. That was a good one. That was on my list.
Is it underrated?
You don't think so?
Mushishi? I don't know anybody that talks about Mushishi.
I hear a lot of people put it in like top 20 anime.
Really? Are we going to veto it? I got a different pick.
I think
I'm just throwing it out there.
No,
I mean, I know of it, but I haven't really heard people talk about it. So,
yeah, there's high quality anime that I still consider underrated. Like, I don't know if it is now, but generally, I would say Steins Gate would be more on the underrated side than like being.
Some
like,
people say it's the best
rated.
sci-fi anime ever, so I wouldn't consider that underrated.
Yeah, but the fact that I hear like it never gets brought up in anime conversation. Steins Gate. It's just
I think it's because it's super complex. People don't like bringing up super complex animes for some reason enough.
We talk about Attack on Titan and Berserk all the time.
He's not wrong.
When I mean complex, I don't mean story. I don't mean story wise. I mean concept wise. Like the concept of Attack on Titan and Berserk isn't as complex as time travel and things of that, and like science and things of that nature. Like the subject itself is complex.
I think Jujutsu Kaisen is more complex than Steins Gate.
No. Okay.
I disagree.
No. Everybody said no.
Hey, man, I think the whole concept of curse techniques is more complicated than just time travel. But hey,
the silence says it all.
We can disagree.
I mean, I can be right by myself. That's fine. It's all right. It's okay.
Be right by myself.
You know, Riddell gonna get in his right.
Or you can be wrong loud. I mean,
always, man. But I personally think Mushishi is underrated. But what we can vote on it.
No,
I've never heard of it. So.
I'm fine. I'm fine with it.
I'm fine with it.
Okay.
So just to give y'all a brief explanation, for the fans, it's basically a collection of stories with one reoccurring character. Basically, this world that they live in is inhabited by I don't want to call them extraterrestrial, but they are spirits. And the main character Genko is able to see them because he has one eye. I don't believe they named it, but I do know it's green. And with this eye, he's not only able to see the Mushi, but he's able to attract them as well. And if the anime follows different stories of people that are interacting with these Mushi, and the common theme is him being the catalyst to either ridding them of it, or just basically help them get a deeper understanding of what's going on. And for a fun fact, I know people like Leek who follow me on Twitch. Genko has been my avatar on my Twitch profile avatar for like the past 8 years.
Respect.
That'd be work.
Genko's great. Genko's great. Okay. Random.
Samurai Champloo.
That is not underrated. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to veto.
That's a quick V. Come on.
All right, give me one.
You all said how it's a 10 out of 10.
You tried it.
I was trying to sneak that in so quick.
What's the confidence?
You know how fast he said it too? He said it so fast.
Hey, what?
There's nothing underrated about Samurai Champloo at all.
What? A boy can't shoot? I can't shoot?
You can break.
I mean, you tried. You just missed. You bricked.
Hey, my last pick might brick, but hey, so I respect the random because my last pick might brick. It might.
I was like, look, might as well let me try it real quick. Let me see what happens. But sorry, I'm looking at a manga right now. Real quick, give me 1 second. Just gotta make sure it's the right one. This is the problem because I want to put ones that y'all have never heard of, but that's not. No, I'm not trying to win. I'm not trying to win.
How do we win this? I'm just picking stuff.
Yeah, I mean, same here. I'm picking my favorites.
If I was picking favorites, I mean, in terms of underrated, I would change a few things.
That's what I went on. People need to be locked in on these three. Bungo, Hitman, D Grayman. Come on, lock in.
I was going to say, I'm picking the ones that got me into anime.
Hey,
Respect.
Bakuman got me into slice of life.
That's true.
What got me into slice of life? Maybe. You count Nichijou slice of life?
Does what?
Nichijou.
Listen, I'm going to be so like typical girl anime watcher, but Ouran Host Club got me into slice of life.
Mine was.
I couldn't get into that one.
Mine was
introduction-
Toradora.
I think it was called
I have a
Toradora.
sweater shirt. I've watched it so many times. Listen, I'll be the typical anime girl, but that's what got me into slice of life. I freaking loved it.
It is a classic, to be fair.
It
is a classic.
I'm just saying the Fruits Basket episode is gonna go crazy.
Nah, Toradora's peak. Toradora does something in 24 episodes that most slice of lives can't do with multiple seasons. But you know what?
Baskets destroyed me.
Fruits Basket is overrated. I said what I said.
Stop. No, it's not.
I said what I said.
It's definitely not.
I said what I said.
We'll have this discussion when we do because it's on the list.
I know, and I'm prepared. And I'm prepared.
It might be on top of the list. Just saying.
Fruits Basket being overrated. That's what Random said.
Nigga, what?
I said what I said.
Maybe we got to do once we do our overrated draft. It sounds like we know one of Random's picks.
Nah, because I might have to pick. I have to pick a few other ones. But
that overrated bracket, that overrated draft is gonna be nasty. It's actually gonna be disgusting.
It is.
Someone's gonna say Bleach Ty, and then people are gonna crash.
Why was I thinking about it in my head though?
Lonnie already knows which one I'm thinking of in my head right now for overrated.
That would just make Riddell crash out, so we don't need that because Riddell crashing out is a different type of crash out.
Yeah,
I'm just listen. Me and you have already had this discussion. I've already said it once.
No Attack on Titan slander on this platform, all right? All right, that's not okay.
Random,
all Random is still picking. I don't know
yeah, Random is still. I thought he would be like the first one to be getting like underrated anime out.
No, because I'm trying to decide whether or not. Nah, fuck it. This is look. All right, fine. No, I'm gonna do it like this because y'all have never heard this one. Another slice of life. Teasing Master Takagi-san.
Nigga, what did you just say?
That name?
That's the name of this.
I just need to know how to write
Teasing
it down.
Master Takagi-san. It's another one like for anybody who's just looking to watch anime with your girl. Takagisan.
You said it so fast. I thought you casted a spell.
No, my bad.
Yeah, who do you think I am, bro?
But that's one like you
just look at. I'm like, nigga, what?
Okay.
Say that 3 times.
So if you're looking, no, I'm not going to disrespect the show like that. It's very good.
Oh, I watched a few episodes of this.
Yeah. So if you were looking just kind of watch something with your girl, and that's fine, especially if you're trying to get into more slice of life, Teasing Master Takagi-san is your perfect gateway into the genre. It's basically about a guy, a middle school kid. His name is Nishikata, and he's trying to he's in this weird competition with the girl Takagi-san, and they do like little middle school games and all that. But she always ends up winning, so he keeps trying to at least win one. And the whole time she's doing it because she really likes him, but he's just too kind of dense to figure it out. It's cute, it's fun. The only tough part is each season is like hosted by a different platform. So season 1 is hosted by Crunchyroll, season 2 is on Netflix, season 3 is on High Dive, and it has a movie. Plus, if anybody who's reading the manga, there is a future manga where they're married already. And you're watching them with their kid, and now the kid is getting who cares? Because you're not gonna, and their kid has its own manga, so it's like this big kind of universe, so to speak. It's a lot of fun. It's another one for if you watch High School Girl, then watch Teasing Master Takagi-san right after, and I bet you Lonnie and MoonPeaches, they would love it. Anybody with your girl, if you're just trying to watch anime, if you're trying to get your girl into anime, this is a perfect one to get her into it.
Not traumatize
Okay,
her.
W,
Drop
W.
AOT immediately. Just
I'm
All
not
right,
trying to.
Santo.
Now you want to
You
get
gotta
somebody into
ease them
anime,
in.
watch,
Cheese
make them
Master's
watch
like
Kill la
easing
Kill.
them in.
did you just say
So just
kill a kill?
Kill la Kill is crazy. Kill la Kill
No
is
shame.
crazy.
You have no shame at all.
So just going back, because I know my internet was trying to hold me. So Forbidden Deduction is pretty much a detective anime where the detective he pretty much retired because of his condition. It's him being so involved in the case that it really, like, he can't do anything else. Plus there's a twist. He respects the victim so much that he persuades the killers to off themselves. So just
Persuade.
And you say it's better than Death Note?
it's what light should be, and it's better than Death Note. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. What's your next
So
pick?
my next pick is actually one that is currently just got released in spring, and it's heavily underrated, and I've been screaming it from the top of my lungs here on this channel. Oblivion Battery. Oblivion Battery is by far the greatest comedy that I have seen. Konosuba can't hold a candle to it. Gintama, step aside. It's a baseball anime where the main character suffers an accident and he has amnesia. And his partner, which is the pitcher who is emotionless, pretty much Radell, if he was a baseball player, they go to a public school where pretty much you don't know what really happened, and it has dark undertones, but it has a lot of comedic tropes to where they even reference a lot of DBZ. They have the Yamcha death scene when he's on the ground. They go Super Saiyan. It's just hilarious comedy. So I would say if you guys want to laugh, Oblivion Battery.
Okay, W. Okay. My pick, and I was gonna go in a certain direction, and I still might pick it. It's so good, so it will be a good pick. But I want to go this direction instead because one of my favorite villains, antagonists in anime. Why am I forgetting his name? I can't believe I'm forgetting his name right now. But my pick is Medica Box. More specifically, Medica Box when he arrived.
Box?
No, Medica
No,
Box.
Medoka Box. Yeah.
Okay.
So this anime honestly doesn't get good until he arrives. I'm not gonna lie. The first season, it was all right. He's the only reason why you should watch this anime because he's one of the most interesting characters I've seen in anime. Period. I very much like him. He's that guy that we've talked about before, where he can turn off color in the world. He can just turn it off. He's
Just
that
to
broken.
be petty.
Just to be petty. He's a person that is called the ultimate loser. And he keeps on losing, but he's also the most broken character, and he just does whatever he wants. But he also wants to lose. He's a complex cycle of emotions where he doesn't really know what he wants. And at the very end, he eventually does join the good side after a lot of battles between the main character, who's extremely broken. So he actually wanted to kind of convert her, but it didn't work out because the side character is a really good guy, the good guy trope, very good guy. But yeah, he's a great character. He's all the themes regarding his character is fantastic, and his abilities is broken as hell. He basically anything that he doesn't want to exist doesn't exist. He just has to think it. That's how broken he is. So Medica Box is my pick. Ty, your last two picks. No, MoonPeaches.
Since we
It's MoonPeaches. My bad. It's MoonPeaches.
I was like, what about me?
oh
Yeah, I'm scared. My bad.
So I have this one's like I've never met another person other than the person who introduced me to this one that has heard of this manga. It's also an anime. It ties into a different one, but Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicle.
Tsubasa Chronicles?
You know
Yo,
this?
I remember that. That's actually crazy.
You know this?
Yeah.
I have never met another person.
So yeah, I remember Tsubasa Chronicles, yeah.
So this one has a little bit of everything, and the lore is so deep, it's crazy. The best way I know how to pinpoint it is like it almost has as deep of a lore as like One Piece in sense, because they're going through different worlds. Yeah.
Yeah, Tsubasa Chronicles, I ain't seen that since like middle school.
This is what got me into anime, is this manga right here.
That's crazy.
But it just, you go,
Is that
you
soccer
have
one?
No, that's Captain Tsubasa.
This is not soccer. This is basically, you start off in like a desert country. You have this dude who is orphaned, and his dad's an archaeologist, and they're figuring out all this stuff with this desert country. And then they get sucked up. The princess and the main character get sucked up into another world through the priest trying to save the princess because she loses all of her feathers to like her wings and everything, which nobody fucking knows that she has. It's some ancient thing. And then they get brought into a different anime, HHH Holistic, which is its own separate thing. They get brought into that world where the witch then helps them be able to travel through all of the different like the different worlds to collect her feathers and everything. And the key is that she'll never be able to remember the main character. And it just, there's so much lore within it. It's really hard to like fully like get through everything with it, but it's really good.
So like
it's
how
the
One
thing
Piece
that got me into anime.
So like how One Piece is different islands, this is like different worlds that they have to go
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's crazy. That's one of the animes that's one of the animes you found on a legal website in middle school, and you watch it, and then that's crazy. But since you included manga, I'm gonna include two manga from webtoons. One of them, that's actually insane. That's actually crazy. But one of them is My Deepest Secret. That's a webtoon. So it's actually fire. So My Deepest Secret is basically about this girl who is dating this guy who she thinks is the sweetest guy she's ever dated, but turns out he's a murderer. You know what I'm saying? But there's a twist to it, though. There's a twist to it because there's something about him that's familiar, but she can't put her finger on it. So something about their past connected that we don't know about as the audience. And it's the reason why it's a good mystery is because we think that she just met him as an adult and they became boyfriend and girlfriend, but there's something connected to them about their past that you get to figure out. I don't want to spoil the twist. The twist is actually kind of crazy. When I was like, wow. So he's a murderer, and basically any dude or anybody that tries to either talk to her or do anything bad to her, he ends up murdering them. But it's a crazy. Y'all want me to tell y'all the twist, or y'all just like, nah, y'all gonna read it?
I'm not gonna read this. I got too much on my plate.
Is it just a romance story? Is it that?
No, it's a murder mystery.
Is it long?
I'll read it. I love murder mysteries.
Wait, it's on webtoons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've read this.
Don't tell me. I might read it.
Okay, I got you. But it's a murder mystery. You got to figure out why is the boyfriend doing this, and what is her connection to the boyfriend that we don't know about. So it's actually the twist is actually fire. And the next one is I Am the Grim Reaper. I Am the Grim Reaper is about this girl who ended up dying, and she basically how the afterlife works is there are 9 levels of hell, right? And it from worst to from worst from best to, I don't want to say best, but from not so bad to too best. So like for example, if I died, I'm just throwing something out there, I stole a car, I might get sent to level 1. If you get sent to level 9, you probably committed genocide. So the main character, she gets sent to level 9 of hell. But the problem is that you get sent to hell, you don't remember what you did. So we have to figure out why did the main character get sent to level 9 hell? And basically, for her to escape hell, she has to kill someone once a day for the devil. It's really crazy. So she gets to go back to Earth and get her life back in order not to get, because the 9th level of hell is the worst hell ever. So she has to keep. But the thing about it is, she wants to figure out. She's very kind. She's compassionate. So we're trying to figure out what the hell did you do to get sent to the 9th level. And now she doesn't even want to hurt people, but now she's forced to kill someone once a day. But typically, how they frame it is that she's killing bad guys, so it's not that bad. Like, for example, she was dating this guy. She met this guy that she thought was good, but he ended up trying to he ended up trying to do some crazy to her, so she ends up killing him. Things like that, and that ends up being her contract to Satan. But you figure out why. I forgot why I stopped that. I read like 2 or 3 seasons of it, and I still need. I don't even know the mystery about she went to hell. I think we need to catch up to figure that out if they explained it yet. But it was full. It was cool, and we also see more characters who are also like came back to Earth that were also under that same contract, and they're all kind of figuring out the mystery of their deaths. So yeah, this girl got sent to the 9th level of hell.
Sounds interesting. I'm not gonna lie.
No, it was fire.
All right, MoonPeaches' last pick.
Okay, so let me explain this before everybody starts screaming and vetoing. Okay.
Veto.
Yeah, I'm kind of already putting up my V's, man. Not gonna lie. I'm already on time.
Okay. I'm gonna say fairy tale, but hear me out, okay?
No.
Let me talk.
If you're not gonna no. Stop.
I can't put Inuyasha, but you put fairy tale.
Veto.
Veto.
Isn't hated
Veto.
by the entire anime community.
Veto.
But it's not under. Hold on a second.
It's not underrated.
You can argue Fairy Tail has a bigger fan base than Inuyasha.
I would agree. You know what? You're a cosplayer. How many Fairy Tail cosplays do you see? Bro, if I can have Inuyasha, you can have
flambéed, charbroiled, stir fried.
Samurai Champloo's not even on that. It's a tier above all that.
I don't care. I don't care.
My favorite anime is Fairy Tail, but I'm gonna put down Baka and Tess.
Okay, describe that for me. I feel like I've watched it.
So basically, it's based off of like the class, and so basically, in this school, everybody has like little like chibi avatars of themselves, and they fight it out with the other classes and everything. And basically, you have the main female character who really should be in class 1A, but was sick the day of the test that places you in which class you are, and got sent to class 1E. And so basically, 1E is fighting their rank, like their way up through all of the other classes to get class 1A stuff. So the class 1A basically, because they have the nicest of the nice stuff, and basically they fight their way up through that using her basically, and also they're improving along the way. And the school's basically having to look at their ranking system and rethink a lot of the things. It's actually really cute and really funny, and it kind of has like a little bit of a deeper like undertone to it, which I really like.
So Baku and Tess walk so that Classroom of the Elite can run.
Yes.
I was just about to say that.
A lot of the stuff that I listed is like things that like walk so that other things could run.
Fair. Can I question for the people? Can I replace one of my picks? Because I want to put two manhwa.
Nope.
See, they just hating on.
It could be an honorable mention.
It can be an honorable mention.
If you do that, then we all get a chance to replace.
No. We ain't never.
Why would y'all replace? I just want to put a manhwa in there. I don't know why y'all would replace.
So
use your last pick.
I didn't even know manhwa were allowed until today.
I remember
I said manhwa were allowed at the beginning, man.
I made a whole damn draft for it.
I remember there was a draft. I wanted to make a replacement. I was not allowed to. Sorry, right now, veto.
That's true.
Veto. We veto.
They'll always be trying to cheat the system.
I'm not trying to.
Always be trying all the time.
And he's the one that makes the rules. That's what's crazy.
That's the craziest part.
I don't know how this is cheating. Y'all can't explain how.
Just put it as your last pick.
There's 2 series I wanted to put on.
That's tough.
But
You gotta pick one.
Maybe you should have used it
That's
earlier.
tough. I had
on
2 I
me
wanted to put on, but you got to pick.
easy. But
Terrible
all right,
GM.
Maybe
GM.
hey, it's
Maybe.
fine. I'm used to it. It's fine.
Used to follow the
Because you
rules.
do it.
I'm
You-
used to getting hated on. It's cool.
You try to
Rodell
call you
would-
back and we call you out on it. Like what?
All
Rodell would be a
right.
terrible GM in the NBA. Can I
Horrible.
respect?
Hey man, I would be hated, but I'll win championships. You feel me? All right. The series that I wanted to
He's trying to sound like
shout
he's the
out.
Lakers, bro. Relax. You're the Nuggets.
Hey,
You just won your first
as long
one.
as I get my 17 championships, you feel me?
Oh my god.
The series I did want to shout out was Unordinary. Shout out Unordinary. It's really good. But the series that I'm gonna put here, I had a lot of options. I could go a banger and like a Made in Abyss. You know what I'm saying? I could have went the banger, but I wanted to go mono route. So the pick I'm going in is probably the first mono that really got me into it. And crazy enough, I watched the live action version of it first, and then I read it, and then I read the prequel. And I don't understand why they're making a season 2 of Sweet Home, knowing what I know about Sweet Home. That's my pick. Sweet Home, I think, is super interesting. Like it really dives into the different monsters, and the reason why people turn into monsters is based off like some like inner thing with them, whether it's like you're a big gym rat, so you turn into a big hulking gym monster or whatever. And what's great about it is that the main character throughout this entire thing, he's completely Ramdam's vibe, by the way. He was absolutely bullied. He tried to do the good thing first, actually. He tried to help out this rich, spoiled kid. And then the rich, spoiled kid's like, how dare you help me? So he started bullying him. And he couldn't do anything against him because his dad was the boss of the main character's dad. So the main character's dad wouldn't let him do anything because he's going to lose his job. So he would just get relentlessly bullied after bullied after bullied. And then his family died in a car crash. So he was by himself. He was already like isolating himself from the family. He already hated his family. And everybody thought he was like a terrible child because of everything that's been taking place. And then he wanted to commit suicide. And before he did, everything went crazy in the Sweet Home universe. And he also had something dark in his soul because he wanted to commit suicide, but he used that to his advantage in his ability. It plays with the entire power system. Sweet Home, and the entire setting is like in a hotel, by the way. Fantastic. Sweet Home.
No, I love Sweet Home. I never watched the show because I lied. I watched the first episode. I don't know why I didn't watch the rest of it, but it was one of the first things I ever read on webtoons, and I love the story.
The live action is not bad. I don't. They changed the ending for obvious reasons to make a season 2.
Yeah, so season 2 came out like this year, didn't it?
Yeah, season 2 is probably going to have nothing to do with it's probably all going to be original content, to be honest. Season 2, which I guess is fine because after Sweet Home, we don't see what he does afterwards. Even though, so I guess it's fine to an extent. But there's also a character that they don't introduce in the live action that's very important, which is weird. It's like the brother of one of the characters, but
I'll have to see the rest of it.
Also check out Shotgun Boy, Lonnie, if you haven't. It's a prequel.
Oh, I finally finished reading that. That's good.
Shotgun Boy?
Yeah.
Shotgun Boy is crazy, and I feel so bad for the main entity, which also has no explanation why it's so broken. But I feel so bad for that thing. Not gonna lie. Shout out Sweet Home Shotgun Boy. All right. Next is Santo. Final pick.
The final pick. I was between 2. So I was gonna pick Detroit Metal. What's it called? Detroit Metal City. It's an anime where he's a failing pop star, and to pay bills, he becomes a lead singer of a metal band. And that's when he starts getting popularity, and he absolutely hates it. But which I recommend for any music lover because the OST is great. I'm gonna go with Akudama Drive.
Crazy thing, I've watched the first episode. I'm gonna let you
That's a
explain
good
it.
pick. That's a good pick, Santo. That's a good pick.
Akudama Drive is pretty much the anime version of the ocean movies. There's these criminals that their sentences, and everybody has their own tasks. I mean, their own roles. One's a hacker, one's a brawler, one's a courier that delivers everything. He's badass. One
that doctor,
girl,
that doctor Santo.
The doctor is pretty much. If anybody cosplays that, just greatness. And pretty much they get hired for this job to go against the establishment. The animation is amazing. It's a mixture between like pretty much Guilty Gear, Xrd, and JoJo's. It's phenomenal.
I just was throwing me off from that anime. And this is a trope I really don't like in general, is like the misunderstanding plot where because of a misunderstanding, now you're in the story or you're doing this type of thing. And that's what happened with the girl. She just was in the wrong place in the wrong time. Yeah,
they go into it further down. Just I would say
is she
keep
actually
watching.
important? Like she actually was supposed to be there? Or was it still a misunderstanding and she happens to be important?
I would say a little bit of both. I don't want to spoil.
I mean, I do plan to finish it, to be fair. So
Should she have been arrested? No, but does she belong at the same time? Does she eventually? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Just keep watching. I'm pretty sure you'll change your mind regarding that.
I hope so, because I've never liked the misunderstanding trope.
Also, shout out to the serial killer in that show. He was lit. He was a fun time.
Okay. Next will be random. Last pick.
Link Click.
What?
It's Link Click. It's
that's a good pick.
It's a click.
Oh, I was like, what are you saying to me? Okay.
It's technically based off it's based off a Chinese dongwa where these two guys run the time studio agency where they take clients' photographs and they go back in time to fix the client's regrets. And one of them can go inside the photo to go back in time, and they take the place of the photographer, and the other one kind of keeps track of time, right? And they only get one chance to do it, and they have 12 hours. And it's really good. It's really good. It got a couple seasons on Crunchyroll. I just like the premise of the show, right? It's excellently animated too. You could tell that somebody really put some money behind it. If you have a chance, check it out.
Have you seen the shorts?
No, I want to though. I need to check them because all chibi versions. I just sat there. I was like, I watched the 2 seasons. I need a break, but I need to go back and watch those shorts.
All right, Miles, last pick.
I had a bunch for mine, but I'm gonna go with it's called Oban Star Racers.
How do you spell that?
OBAN.
Okay.
Star Racers, yeah. And it's a tournament anime, except instead of the traditional, Mortal Kombat or fighting tournament, it's a racing tournament. Basically the main character, she has a mother that passes away, and she gets sent off to boarding school. But to kind of get a familiar connection, she seeks out her father, who happens to be like one of the greatest. I don't remember if he was a racer himself or if he was a manager, but he has a heavy influence in the racing space. And they're gearing up for this intergalactic tournament that basically pits your world against other worlds. And if you lose the race, you'll basically get wiped out. And she's thrusted into the forefront as like the only qualifiable person to be a racer, because the main racer, they basically sabotaged the Earth group in order to make sure that he can't participate. So she's basically next up in line. And yeah, she races for the world, not only to save Earth, to represent Earth, but there's also a prize that you get for winning the race. But yeah.
All right, W. Shout out racing anime. And Lonnie, final pick.
What's crazy is that you said it and I got scared. Made in the Abyss.
I don't think you deserve it. Not gonna lie.
I said I was saving the best one for last because it's low.
I should have just picked it. You know, I should have.
You really should have. You really should have. Because when you said Made in the Abyss, I literally froze and I looked at everyone else's faces and no one reacted. I was like, yes. No, but it's about this girl named Rico and her friend. Like they're trying to find their mom and I don't want to like spoil too much in case no one ever watches it. Like because people assume that like it looks kiddie. Trust me, it is one of the most disturbing. It's on the more disturbing side, and it's super messed up. It's a fantastic. Yeah, I agree, Kai. It's a fantastic. I don't want to like go. They're trying to look for her mom. How about that? And just go in with like, hey, these two kids are trying to find someone's mom. They have to go into a cave and go from there, and then watch the magic happen.
Yeah, Made in Abyss has like some of the greatest world building in anime. Period. Like the Abyss, each layer is so different and has its own set of rules, and also Bone Druid is a scumbag for sure. Bone Druid.
My first introduction to Made of Abyss was watching a YouTube short where this guy was pointing a gun at the TV on a clip of Made of the Abyss. And I was like, what the hell is this? And when I got to that part of the show, I got it. Holy crap, man.
Because of Bone Druid, right? It was because of
Yes.
Bone Druid.
Yes. Yeah. And I was just like, oh my God. Like these are children. These are children. Oh my God. Great pick, Lonnie.
And I'll allow it. You know what I'm saying? Made in Abyss is great. I was gonna pick it. I legit was about to pick it, but I kind of wanted to talk about Kumagawa. So it is what it is.
I was just hoping no one like watched it or whatever. I was like, yo, let's see how much I can get away with. But
I'm surprised. I didn't think anybody else was gonna pick it. To be fair,
I've never seen somebody so unenthused to hold the MVP trophy in his life. He's like,
he's all work, man. He does what he got to do.
I saw
honorable mentions from me.
Ooh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll say honorable mentions for me. Obviously, I'm gonna pick ones that you would probably. I'll be surprised if some of y'all watch. Get Backers is an honorable mention. Classic. Needless is an honorable mention. K Return of Kings is an honorable mention.
That was on my list. Hey, that was on my list.
Okay. K Returns of Kings, really good. I don't know why. But
yeah, somebody said it.
I do have. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say if I had said Trigun, would you guys have vetoed it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Ash is that guy.
I would have vetoed it. It's too popular.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You can't use that. Vash is him.
Because I think it gets overrated because of Cowboy Bebop.
Oh,
like,
how are you gonna put it? How are you gonna say it's underrated?
I misspoke. I said that I think it gets underrated because it came out around the same time as Cowboy Bebop, so it kind of like lost what it should have gotten.
I feel like a lot of people. I think the agreement across the board is Trigun is better than Cowboy Bebop.
I agree.
Is that the common thing?
I think so. From what I've seen, I think
I don't think it's the common thing, but I'm not mad at it. I disagree, but I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I disagree, but I've never had. You're the first person I've ever heard say that.
Say,
yeah, me too.
Yeah, I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not mad at it because it's Trigun, but at the same time, I don't agree.
I think it's pretty comfortably better than Cowboy Bebop. Not gonna lie.
All right, now we
what would
now
you
we
say
can just fight.
if I would have put Lore Olympus on here? Because I don't know how many guys actually know that.
I know what it is. That's it.
Lore Olympus is one of the best stories I ever read.
Should have put it.
It's on Webtoons, by the way.
No,
guys.
it's one of the top webtoons. It's like up there with like I think actually it was rated #1 for a while. That's why I didn't.
Like usually it's #1, and then when something surpasses Lore Olympus, it like it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's usually always in like the top 3 on webtoons.
If I said hustle, would you guys have said underrated?
Cook.